This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, Stunting the Male Maturation Process. I've described the adverse effects of technology on numerous occasions, such as its addictive powers and effect on the human brain. However, something recently occurred which causes me to believe it also affects the maturation process, most notably in males. I recently visited a hospital for some tests. Nothing serious, just routine. While sitting in a waiting room, I happened to meet three black ladies who happened to be talking about football. Their personas and banter reminded me of Diamond and Silk of Trump fame, who all seemed to be of one mind and possessed an acute case of common sense. I happened to join their conversation, and we discussed everything from high school football to college and the NFL. I found their candor refreshing. As Floridians, they were well-versed in college football in our state, including Miami's recent loss to Clemson. We discussed the pros and cons of the college playoffs and who we thought would win the national championship. But they were also keenly aware of the need for effective coaching, both on and off the field. One of them made the observation that college players were often supervised by the coaching staff and disciplined accordingly. But in the pros, there were no mentors or supervisors to keep these young men in check, which explains why it is easy for them to get into trouble. The other ladies agreed. I happened to mention my recent essay, Understanding the NFL's Problems, whereby I noted the players' unpatriotic conduct and how they are prone to get into trouble. They agreed with my observations and were frustrated the players were acting immaturely. Afterwards, I thought about their comments carefully and considered why this phenomenon with young men is occurring. We always knew women tended to mature faster than men, but it appears men are becoming slower in the maturation process. For example, studies show they are less inclined to marry and remain at home longer as opposed to just a couple of decades ago. Men at this age also have trouble managing their money. Sports Illustrated performed an analysis of spending habits of NFL players and found 78% of them are bankrupt, or nearly so, just 2 years after their athletic careers are over. As they break into the league, most go on an insatiable spending spree and develop financial habits which haunts them later on. To top it off, it appears men are more inclined to become addicted to personal technology than women, not just via computers and phones, but through game consoles as well. This then begs the question, does technology stunt the male maturation process? Although there is considerable evidence to indicate it does, there is no concrete proof. However, years ago, when a man completed college or a stint in the military, it was assumed they were mature enough to leave home and lead a productive life independently. However, business managers today are spending more time with young people, mentoring them, and performing what I call parenting management. In other words, teaching them what their parents failed to do by performing the role of guidance counselor. All of this explains why the ladies I talked to regarding football are right. The players need to be supervised to keep them out of trouble. Unfortunately, the young men are not mature enough to make proper decisions for themselves. By failing to offer them guidance, morality suffers, not just by the players, but by the younger people who want to emulate them. This is a major failure by the NFL, which needs to be addressed. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.